so welcome back to my channel. Today is Monday and I woke up this morning. I had to run some errands for church. I'm helping decorate for Mother's Day, our Mother's Day banquet, and Mother's Day Sunday. So I had to go pick up some flowers and decorations for that. But I'm back home now and I just have some cleaning to do. We're having some company over for dinner tonight. I need to get laundry done. I need to clean dishes. The same old, same old. But anyway, we had Pine Hill Festival this weekend and it was so much fun. It was a lot of work and honestly, we're a little tired from it. We couldn't have done it without our friends' help and our church family's help. It was a huge success. We gave away 16 flats of waters for free. We made lots of connections and met a lot of people. We heard a lot of people's prayer requests and testimonies. I brought this huge board thing that we have in our prayer room at church, and the Lord gave me the idea of putting it out at Pine Hill Day and asking everyone, what has God done for them? And that was so successful, just seeing everybody's testimonies of what he's done. It was amazing. I'll insert some footage from the weekend. I didn't get much footage because we were talking to a lot of people, but I was able to snap a few videos here and there and of the church sign. Cody was able to show the whole church on Sunday night, the paper that everyone wrote on. It's absolutely beautiful, so I'll insert that too. No one warned us that 16 flats of waters, husband with one hand, and a car.
Could be worse.
We should have known better. We didn't think this through.
Could be in a Ford.
Yeah. Ew. We did it. But he said I deserved a little custard from Box from all of my hard work. So y'all look, I got these 60 cookies on my lap.
While we're getting custard, there's 60 cookies.
I bet these people are like, ma'am, you don't need any more sweets. Trunk is filled and the back seat is filled.
And the car is squatting.
Yeah. That was hard, but we did it. Break. Got some nachos and some home from my little thrifting trip, and it was a bust. I only bought one thing out of the several stores that I went to. They did have a lot of stuff. It wasn't anything that I was excited about or that I needed. So I saved my little money and only bought a little mug. The reason I'm sitting out here is because when I got home, I was just relaxing and I was watching some, you know, when you get on Facebook, you just start seeing these videos and you just start scrolling through. I got sucked into one of these videos, these dash cam videos, and there was one of a man who had a skydiving accident, and when he fell, he said, "Hey, call 911." And our home pod that's in our room started calling 911. And I said, no, don't do it. And I'm scared that it actually went through and they're going to show up at the house. So I'm sitting out here just waiting for them to show up. This kind of stuff happens to me all the time. And knowing me, they would probably want to come inside, make sure that I'm not being held hostage and make sure everything's okay. So I'm just sitting out here, but it really is so pretty out here and I'm just enjoying it. Somebody in the comments wanted to know, when did we buy our house? We bought our house in 2018. We lived about 45 minutes away from here, but we went to church here and it was getting to the point where we just had to move to Wiggins. The drive was getting really long, and us being involved with our church, and we have 2 services on Sunday, it was just becoming an ordeal. So we started looking, and honestly, we couldn't even afford very much, but we wanted to start looking, and we really felt like it was the right time, and that if it was the will of God, he would open the door and everything would just go smoothly. We looked, we found this house. It was a really, really good price, and we sent in an offer and we got it. So even though it's not like some grand house, it has been such a blessing to us. And the reason why we'll probably stay here forever is because we got such an amazing deal on it. And although we could probably make double the amount of money on it, getting rid of our very, very low mortgage would be heartbreaking. So we're going to keep our low mortgage, and we'll just add on eventually and make upgrades as we can. I really am grateful for our little cottage on Jones. It is such a special place for us and our friends. We love hosting here. It's in a great location. It's quiet. Even though we're really in the middle of town, it's very quiet. You wouldn't think we'd be right in the middle of town. We lived in Lucedale before this, and that's where my nanny job was too. So when we moved to Wiggins, I was driving 45 minutes to my job every day, plus an extra hour on top of that, where the girls I nannied went to school. I didn't drop them off at school every day, but I did pick them up every day. So it was a lot of driving, especially the last 4 or 5 years. I've really had to drive far because of their school. So I'm just enjoying my time at home these days and soaking in every moment that I have at home not driving so far every day. I calculated how many hours I spent in the vehicle. Like on my very busy days when I worked, it was over 4 hours a day that I was spending in the car. And I was exhausted. Like my body was just giving out on me. And I truly believe that God put me in a place where I had to move on, because I would have never done it on my own. I would have never quit my job on my own. I think God had to put me in a place where I realized I needed to. I basically helped raise these girls, and they are truly like my family. So I know I would have never quit on my own. And I say quit, that's such a harsh sounding word. I just retired, if you will. So I think he had to bring me to that place of realizing that I really did need to move on and be in Wiggins. It's allowed me to be more available for church during the week, helping out at the church, doing things that I needed to get done during the week, and I've really enjoyed being more available in that area. And honestly, at the beginning of the year, I had no idea that I was starting a YouTube channel. And to be honest, I had no idea that I was even going to be quitting my job at the beginning of the year. But God just kind of orchestrated everything for me. And I don't know, everything, I just have such a peace about it now. Opening this new chapter of starting this YouTube channel was a big deal. I obviously didn't have any time for it in the past, even though my mother-in-law, she was really pressing for me to do this because she knew I would enjoy it, but I just didn't have time. Like, I was getting home at 6:30 almost every single night, and I barely had time to live my life, so much less film and edit and all of that, go thrift shopping. And so I just believe that everything happened for a reason, and it's not a coincidence that everything lined up the way it did. Every day I wake up and I just ask God to orchestrate my steps and for me to walk in his will, and so far this has been it. So I'm really excited about this journey, and I'm thankful that y'all are excited too. And I hope that y'all have been enjoying it. I need to go water my tomato plants, so this is where I keep my little water can. During the spring, I just set it on this chair so it reminds me to go water the plants. My plants are getting so big. I really do need to repot them. But they look so good, don't they? I just walked by and look who I saw. Link! Everybody asks about you on the vlog, but you're so not social. Say I'm sorry, everybody. I'm just a real life panther. And I just like to hide. Here's my little complete opposite baby. Arthur. Hey, Bubby. He wants me to pet him. I love you, Arthur. I don't know if your husband is like this, but my husband loves to organize things. If I give him an organizing project, he will get it done. So this is what he did yesterday. He cleaned our refrigerator. He organized everything. I mean, there's not very much to organize, but he took everything out and cleaned all the shelves. He's awesome, y'all. I just had to give him some credit. He's amazing. But while I'm in here, I've got to show you this. Great value macarons, however you want to say it. These are so good, y'all. They're so tiny. Let me show you. They are delicious. I ate some, and then we had company over last night, so they ate some too. But oh my word, I think this is the coffee flavor. It is so good. Just for like a little great value snack. They say they were made in France. I don't know how true that is, but they're pretty good. I got them out, so I might as well just... They're so good. I might as well just treat myself. I'm gonna share the one thing that I bought today. Out of 3 antique stores, 1 Goodwill. Well, some of them were thrift / antique markets, you know. But I only bought one thing, and it was from the Goodwill. And this is what it is. I bought this. Hey, buddy. Y'all, excuse all the crumbs. Hey, bud. Anyway, this is what I got. I got this made in Japan mug. I just love the colors. Usually the made in Japan stuff is very bright and flashy, but I thought this one was the perfect mix of muted oriental colors, and I love it. I even peeked at the bottom. I bought it for $2.99. I thought that was a great deal. And it does have like a Japanese stamp on it. So I thought it was very pretty, and it can go with my collection of dozens and dozens of mugs. and I didn't need it, but I love it, and it holds well. You know, you just have to have the right mug that holds very well. It has to feel good in your hand. This one does. So he just came home.
Everything's fine.
Tell him what you told me. Tell them what you told me.
I think the machine I was working on hates me.
Why?
Because I got a scratch.
Injury number 1 and injury number 2.
It's just a flesh wound.
It looks bruised.
It'll clean up better. I'm nervous about putting soap on it. Because it's like the air hitting it stings. So I'm sure that the soap on it is probably going to sting too.
Great.
But it's okay. It's just part of it. It's part of it. Look at this one. This is the real star of the show. Hey. What are you doing, Bubba? Okay, you want to smell it?
Y'all, that's his bad bald spot. Isn't that awful?
That's where Arthur grabs him like a little gazelle.
Yeah, Arthur grabs him. Rejected.
Hey, I'll pick you up, little boy. Come here.
You're gonna hurt your arm.
Love me. Let me love you.
Like, y'all, I promise he really does love us.